And good evening. This is the Elliott wave update for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 for Thursday, May 18th, 2023. The good times just keep rolling. That's where I'm going to start tonight. Both the S&P and the NASDAQ caught fire again today. It did take the S&P a little bit of time. They did attempt to sell it first off in the beginning of our session, but then it caught fire and it just started to go. And that again is what I have been looking for. If indeed this index, particularly this future, was going to get above 4,200 and on up towards where I believe we'll start to look for completion of the intermediate C wave, the primary B wave, and then internally the minor wave 5 and the minute wave 5. So again, just to kind of look at what we're doing, I've actually taken down the Fibonacci levels for the intermediate B wave because we're going to be all up and in there with them, excuse me, tomorrow. And we actually, yes, should be there by tomorrow. And so I didn't want to clog up the screen, so it was impossible to just kind of see where these levels are. So again, we're in the primary C wave, which consists of 5 waves of minor degree, and we've already done 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're basically 3/4 of the way through minor wave 5. Dropping this down to the hourly chart, you can see today's activity. It was pretty amazing. When we consider, this is basically where we left it. We got that nice little turn lower during Globex, came in, we started here, we went up, we came back down to test the lows as the market normally does. They put in a small 4, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we launched. And then we launched big in the last hour. They made their big push, and they pushed. They have to consider that we started this particular bar at about 41.87, and it topped at 42.15. It was quite a little bit of a run to be done in an hour, and it was pretty much nonstop. I mean, there were periods where it kind of backed off, came back down, but just continued to push and then continued to push. And into the close, they literally just lit a firecracker, you might say, and it just kind of went. And maybe that firecracker just brought back the groundhog that we thought was dead yesterday, but came back and repeated that same type of a pattern going into the close again today. Now, how does that help our count? Well, we're within that minute 5th wave, which will complete the minor 5th wave, which will complete the intermediate C, and in turn complete the primary B wave. We're going to continue to look at this as what they're talking about. It's a relief rally. Woo, we're not going to default. Woo, we got better news today that McCarthy came out and again stated that, yep, looks pretty good. We should be able to come to an agreement. Initially, it didn't really have that much of an effect. The market's like, yeah, okay, you said that yesterday. But then, as we went into the close, just the pre-scheduled and plus the 0 DTE options just lit fire. They just lit a fire, and we just kind of went. And by the end, it seemed it was a combination of get to that level, take out stops that were up there, go for the larger resting orders, which were basically around 42.12, 42.10, 42.12, 42.15. And I believe they went and they took them all. And along with it, probably a lot of stops as well. So I think we did see a lot of everything. There was short covering. There was a lot of things going on as more and more are forced to cover or cave. And as we continue to see this strong rotation back into high tech, back into the big Titan companies, Apple doing a sincere turnaround today, and now putting in its options expiration play of 175. That's where it all rallied around today, and they got it above 175, and it held and then produced a little bit higher prices in that last extra hour that we get in trading. So the other thing for the NASDAQ or the S&P both is that AMAT's earnings came out. The news reports that, oh, they blasted earnings. They conquered earnings, whatever they called it. And the stock ran up to, I believe, 133. Right now, it is trading below where it closed. In fact, it's down about $2 from the close, which is 129.92. It's 127.75 bid. So while those earnings may have been wonderful and they think that they will beat their competition for the balance of the year, I don't think that that was totally taken to heart by traders at least at what they're doing right now. Tomorrow morning could be another story. Tomorrow morning could be just like a whole bunch of orders coming in to buy AMAT and the balance of the market, and it might just go up once again. Now, back here in the S&P, once it did catch fire, it went. Now, to complete this pattern, I still need or would like to see a close or at least a mark above 4250, which again is the top of wave A. And we can go right here and we can put it up. Or actually, this is 42. Let me get right on it. 42, come on. That one's the one I want. 4250. It's pretty interesting when you try to get it and it won't take it. So 4250 is what I'm looking for. So where do we start to line up? So the first thing I have is these are which are now on the outside are for the minor wave 5. Minor wave 5 next, since we basically we still could probably use this and we still could probably use that, but I really need to take them out, but the market does use them. So I include them to show where the market may find resistance. And that's going to be right now, we stay right where we closed, 42.15. So it comes in right there. And that's right where we closed. That's still, they're going to probably pop above it. We'll see how that all plays out in about 7 minutes. Above that, we have 42.26 to 42.38. So what I put into place are the minor fifth wave, and then I put in for minute fifth wave. And the minute fifth wave does find resistance at 42.38, 42.41, which is 0.618. So again, here's the most common. Wave 5 is equal to wave 1. That one comes in at 42.83. Minute wave 5 would equal minute wave 1 at 42.83. Minor wave 5 would equal minor wave 1 at 42.96. Minute wave 5, again, 42.83, close to 42.95. So we start to get a little bit of a range possibility here. There's been talk forever that the S&P is going to go to 4,300. It's going to go to 4,300. And they may just try to do it tomorrow. Or if not, then we maybe have to wait until Monday. But now I think that's what they're going to gun for. Not for no other reason than that's just what everybody's been looking for. And maybe they can get up there and really knock out a bunch of stops above 43, end up selling it to them, right? They got to turn and buy because they're covering a short. They get sold, they get covered, or just ones that are going to come in because it's another breakout or whatever the reason is. There could be a stop run, take it right up there and finish it off. In any case, what we do have are those levels. So coming back up, we have 42.45 to 42.50, 42.60. Now, that would be in the range, and they give one final push up here. Minute 1 equals minute 5 equals minute 1. Or minute 5 is 0.618 of minute 1. Now, on a real push, you've got 1.618, which sits right there. And that's going to be 4,360. That to me is pretty dang high. So actually it might be right here because I see that might be a double. Yeah, I think it might be. So let me just double check. Let me go here. Let me go here. And look at what I got going on here. 1.618. Yep, it's all there. Let me start taking some of this out. Take that one out. Take that one out. Take that one out. Take that one out because I just want to clean this up so I can see what this all is going to look like. So I make my adjustments here, include that into that color and go okay. So we just, yes. So 1.618 is right here. So I was correct at about 43.55. So with the first one, equality, 42.83. 0.618, number two, 42.41. 1.618, 43.55. Those are the levels for the minute degree. They match up with levels for the minor wave 5. And as far as the C wave, I would need to go back out. In fact, we'll just put them on. I'll just stick them on there, and we shall see what this all looks like. And those are going to be those, and here we go. Without trying to make a mess out of this, we're going to go down, go like this, go like this. And now I'm going to go back inside and let's clean these up. So we're just actually showing what we need to see. I don't need that one. I'm going to keep that one, don't need that one, don't need that one, don't need that one, don't need that one, and put these out. And go like this. So here we have, now we've got 618, 42.54. So where wave C would be 618 times, no, actually, then, yep, it would be. And then we can see 100%, 45.11. So I took out everything in between. So 618 then goes up to 100. And then we have 1.618 way up here. If it really wants to go, I think we're going to finish it up right there. Wave C will be 0.618 of wave A. We'll take out that high, put in a new high, a little bit higher, and right there. So the zone's 42.54, actually 42.41 to 42.54, and then 42.83 to 42.95. Very good, because we have minor wave 5 and minute wave 5 both kind of coming in at the same place. So that's the S&P. Interesting day. I would suspect being tomorrow, monthly expiration plus the daily and the weekly, we could have a little bit of an additional fireworks, but we'll see what happens. The only thing in terms of, there are no economic figures due out tomorrow, but we do have New York Fed President Williams. He's going to be out there speaking starting at 8:45 a.m. Eastern. And then at 11 a.m., Fed Chair Powell and former Fed Chair Bernanke are speaking on a panel. I'm not sure where or what that panel is going to be all about, but we'll see what they got to say as a team. So moving averages still pointing very strongly higher right now. This is getting a little very parabolic this afternoon. We'll see how they can carry that one on. The NASDAQ, also extremely parabolic, very much so. In fact, they're still going to give that a little bit more of a push, and pretty much right around where they closed it. They're not going to back away from this, and we'll see how they want to interpret all of this activity. And what people need to do, you can see already. So I'm still going to need to cover. Here in the NASDAQ on the hourly chart, I'll back it out. Let's go to the 4-hour real quickly here. We have still the same deal. We have the C wave. Then we have coming inside, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've now run the fibs comparing minor wave 5 to minor wave 1. And now I can bring this down to the hourly chart where I have minute wave 5. And I'm comparing that to 1. And that's going to be right here. And actually, even better, I've gone inside, so I have minuet wave 5. and I'm comparing that to minuet wave 1. Those in. Now, to put these in, I'm just going to be blasting ourselves out of the sky because they're not going to fit. What I'm counting as minute 1 and then adding it on to minute 4 for minute wave 5, I don't think I can get up there too high. But let's just check it out because I might be able to put 1 or 2 additions in there that may work. See, these are strange times we got going on. So those are going to be right there. So you can see how we're already in here. Let me just go in and make some adjustments here. And I actually don't need any of these. Go over the 618, don't need that, don't need that, I don't need that. That doesn't work, that doesn't work. And I don't need that. And I'm going to go here. And we're going to go 2.618. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to go here. And I'm going to say 4.6, oops, 36. And that one, I'm going to have to make that red, that color. What happened to it? I hit the wrong button. So we're going to go 4.236. And I'm going to put it in. I'm going to, and still, that's at 35.8. And to go higher than that, I believe that I'm going to have to, let me just double check. Bear with me one quick second, because I think what we got going on then is there is one more that goes all the way up. And that one's going to be 6.854. It's really up in the stratosphere. But let's add it. And we're going to go back into this guy. And we're going to edit these properties. And we're going to add one more curve. And that's going to be 6.854. And I'm going to leave that in that color. So that one's all the way up here. So again, we got them. We can put our fibs in there. We got all our resistance for that. If they really want to just take this thing out of the moon, then we can go with. Now, to expand these, well, the only thing I really could start to do is to move the minute wave 1. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minute 1 here. Minute 2 here. And then 1, 2. I would put 3. Where are you going to put 3 here? 4 and a 5 here. For 3 and a 4 and a 5. So there are different labeling that I could do, but right now we're going to leave it the way it is. That wave 5 is the extended wave. Wave 1 is the shortest. Wave 3 is wave 3. So because it just continues to extend. So we're just maybe going to get a little crazy here. But let's figure this out for tomorrow. So what I've connected is the minutes, and they're at 3907, which we've already exceeded. What's next is minute 5 equals minute 1 at 1400. Then we have minor wave 5 at 1443. And we have minute wave 5 equals 1.618 of minute wave 1 at 14,151. Then the minute wave 5 in its entirety would equal 6.85.4% of that minute wave 1, 14,198. So I mean, they're there. But before I would use that, I would readjust my count. But I'm just showing you these are the multiples. This is what we can do. And this would not be used on such a small degree. This would be a much bigger degree over the long term. So again, I am actually going to take that one off and leave that one out for right now, because I have to adjust the count if I'm going to use it in a different manner. So I'm leaving the minor wave 5 and then the minute wave 5. And that's our levels. And we can see we got a nice cluster. Once we break, which we have, if they continue to hold above 07, then we're really looking like they're probably going to finish this out and go to 14,000. And all of our moving averages continue to hang in there. And this is still part of that relief rally. So we shall see. Tomorrow is, again, as I just said, it is a weekly expiration. We have a daily in the 0 DTE, so in the ETFs, and in the indexes, and the spiders, and the Qs. We have monthly in all of the component stocks within the NASDAQ, the NQ, and the ES, SPX, etc. And that's going to be it for today. Our next update will be on Sunday, the 22nd of May.